Yeah.
You said Marcus.
We in here overtime. Marcus,
how we could scare potentially,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to scare people. I just want people to exercise their
Yeah.
exercise their brain.
I just want people.
the higher thinking,
Yes.
higher
Yes.
level.
The thing is, it's not even necessarily about being right. You know what I'm saying? It's just about just questioning shit that you
working
believe.
through the shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said, a lot of niggas they comfortable with the narratives that they've already bought. You know what I'm saying? Or they
Question everything.
accepted. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you view something, you go to a YouTube channel, you watch some shit on TV where niggas is giving you a perspective of some shit that you're not familiar with. They're not giving you the typical the narrative. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving you the shit that they always show on TV. So I think that could probably intimidate people. May turn some people off. But the type of people that just question the shit that they, you know what I'm saying, those are the type of people that's going to be attracted to us. But if you're the type of person that just would prefer to just stick to the shit that you've already accepted as the truth, then you ain't gonna really want to listen to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we always questioning what we see. And I think that's the only way you're gonna gain information, through asking questions.
Exactly. Question everything.
And that's well put though. That's well put. And I honestly feel like our consciousness is on a different level too. With a lot of shit that we talk about, a lot of things we express. Even like you said, when expressing opinion, I like doing that because it gives me optics to your insight and how you thinking, and also come to a common ground too. You know what I mean? That's why I never try to act like I'm right on everything.
Right.
I still try to be understanding the 50-50. But
Right.
to what you were saying, I see how that's intimidating, but also at the same time, when it's shit like that, you should want to learn and expand though. How did them motherfuckers get there then? If they there and I'm thinking like this, how did they get to this level? I feel like it's always room for improvement and shit. But that's my way of thinking.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so funny because even when you kind of, especially we can even say with YouTube, a lot of the more popular channels, especially a lot of the black channels, when you listen to the narrative, the things that the people whose channel it is, what they talk about, it's the same shit that you hear on TV every fucking day. It's kind of funny how they say the same shit that they kind of expect niggas to think is no questioning of what's going on in society. It's kind of like saying oh, we black people think this, we black people feel that. So it's a lot of people yeah, that's us, that's how we think. It's never a questioning of the status quo of how black people supposed to think or how black people supposed to look at shit. It's the same shit I see how the niggas on TV say. I can go on YouTube and the more popular channels is the niggas that's saying everything they want everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's going along with the shit that niggas is comfortable with, going along with the Matrix per se. You know what I'm saying? Going along
exactly.
That's the best. That's the best way to describe it. So that's why I know it. That just proves that most people would rather hear the shit that they're comfortable with. It's just that simple.
Yeah, which leads me to my question.
Here we go.
Bring it in.
Which leads me to my question. Do you guys think that in today's society that there is even a such thing as being an individual, or individualism, or somebody being thinking on their own, doing their own thing? You know what I'm saying? Because how can you have how can a person have individuality when from the moment that they were born they were programmed to do something else?
Well, I'm gonna say this as somebody being married, as a married person. Fuck no, there's no such thing as individuality when you're married. Fuck no, we are all a fucking unit, and we all gotta look good and for everybody, whatever the fuck. There's no such thing as individuality. Maybe when it comes down to my son, you know what I'm saying? But
no. I'm talking about more so from you, the person. you having your own, like living your own life, like without like you making the decisions that instead of it being skewed in some sort of political way, like is the like right now in the times that we live in, is there technically a such thing as a person being an individual? Because they make it seem as though like we have to be together, like we got to be united we stand, divided we fall, like we got to be together. And like I cannot be my own person
politically. Okay, yeah.
even in
I know
that
what
own
you're
statement. You see what I'm saying? Like you're telling me that you're making it seem as though like I have to depend on the next man or the next group of people who are conformed of the system. I got to put my trust in a group of people. So like we know with the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, that people get together in masses, but the thought process and the ideology of that is of the system. So if you're telling me that I gotta unite with these people in order to stand, but divided, I can't stand on my own. What the fuck does that say about me?
That don't make no sense. Politically, I would agree. Yeah, no, there's definitely there should be individuality in that shit. No, you should not have to say you're a Democrat. You should not have to say you're a Republican or have to stand with liberals or have to stand with conservatives or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely politically. Yeah, there is individualism, and I've been like that definitely politically for a minute. I've always had, you know when we coming up, we're as far as the class we come up in anyway, we're definitely probably gonna our family probably brought us up as Democrats or whatever the fuck, but growing up and learning certain things, and you might consider yourself, you might lean on some certain conservative values or whatever. So, it's definitely individualism out there, joint. So, and that's how I would vote anyway. I'm going to vote for my own interests because I'm an individual. You know what I'm saying? And even
you're
then,
an individual making choices that are of the system. Like you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're like, but you're
exactly.
And it doesn't make sense. From the moment that we're born, we're programmed to think a certain way. You get I'm gonna fuck you. As soon as the kids get 3-4 years old, they go into the system, right? They tell them when they gotta wake up, when they go to sleep, when you gotta be to school, whether you right, you wrong, and all of that shit, and they program you. And then, so how are you? How are you gonna tell? So think about it.
Like
they program everything.
How are you gonna be an individual?
Go ahead.
A perfect example of what you talking about when niggas say that shit. When niggas say that shit, be like, if you didn't vote, then you shouldn't be allowed to speak on the topic. Like that's like a perfect example of that, because it's like saying, because you didn't participate within the choices that the system gave you, then it's like, how dare you? It's like, how dare you be an individual? How dare you, and be outside the system? You know what I'm saying?
Niggas say that.
Like niggas be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's really how that shit is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean?
Maybe I didn't like the fucking choices that was given to me.
But but guess what? The niggas,
but still, that's your choice.
Because that's the way your comfort, you find comfort, and you're afraid of thinking outside of not having the choice that the system gives you. A lot of niggas are willing to think that.
They don't want niggas to be individuals. They do not want niggas to be individuals.
I would agree with that. I agree.
The key thing, man. Oh yeah. Well, go ahead. You got it.
No, it's on you. I was done. I was just.
I mean, the key thing with like knowledge and wisdom, all that shit, it ain't supposed to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like knowledge and that shit hurts. Right. Like, cause you're gonna see things about yourself that you didn't realize when you start learning shit. You gotta be like, damn, I was thinking the wrong way. Like, so that's why. You know what I'm saying? You start to gain better understanding. So it's like, if you're not willing to go through that, then you're gonna be, comfortable with lies. You know what I'm saying? It is a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you're gonna be the type to feel good and don't have to go through the pain and just be comfortable with lies. And if you're willing to seek the truth, then yeah, nigga, it's gonna be. It doesn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna always. It's like you just peeling back an onion, you know what I'm saying? And then every time you think you got it, you realize every time you think you got it, you realize you was wrong, and then you gotta dig deeper again. You see what I'm saying?
It sounds like how you say. I'm just saying, it sounds like when they say it's lonely at the top, they're not talking about niggas with money. They're talking about niggas with knowledge. It's lonely at the
Yeah,
Bars.
absolutely.
It is. That's some real shit, though.
Absolutely.
That's
Because
real shit,
especially
especially my bad. I was one statement. Especially as a black man, because niggas just want to be entertained by you. They don't want to hear. They niggas ain't hanging around with black men to learn shit. Like nigga, they want to see you play basketball. They want to see you, you know what I'm saying, do some swaggy shit. But teaching, like nah, niggas. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you be the dance, you know, the dancing guy at the party? You know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that ain't what we hear.
Nigga shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You know it's bad when you go back and you watch the movie like The Matrix, and it starts to feel more like a documentary. You be like, God damn, this shit feel. It's more like
back to that topic. Go back to that topic of individuality. Like, yeah, I think you're 100% right, and everything that we're talking about right now is really about you know, the battle between like those who are like, you know, I guess like you said, trying to seek knowledge, and because like being an individual, that's kind of like, you know, a solo, you know, when you gaining knowledge and being into that, that's like a solo journey. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit that like you deal with within yourself. So if everybody else out here and they not doing that and they just going off narratives that they being taught on TV, and then here you go off some information that you use, you did your own research, you read a few books that they never did. They just going off what they was taught in the history books in the school, the shit that they hear on the news, the shit they hear on the radio, the shit they hear on their favorite YouTube channels, which probably has millions of fucking subscribers, you know what I'm saying? And they going off that, you know what I'm saying? So now here you go come with individual thought, individual perspective, and then they just want to completely like, you know, dismiss you, or you don't even want to hear that shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It's like that individuality kind of scares people because it's like niggas like I'm comfortable because getting in, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to lose. How dare you fit in? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because you don't want to ever feel as though like, you know, because people fail to realize is that the first battle that you'll ever have is with yourself. And you got to go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? And like if you are you know what I'm saying? If you are just programmed, and because we're in this program and you're being programmed, you're not thinking for yourself. You aren't doing the things that you naturally want to do. So it muddies everything, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys say, if it lowers the frequency, it's just like damn, like
it does.
You know what I'm saying? It's like whoa, like you know what I'm saying? I'm so programmed that I can't even realize that I'm being programmed.
But it's so crazy because the shit even that same conversation we was having in the last podcast when we was talking about like that generational curse shit, like even that same thing that you're talking about, like that literally like you can oppress your own family like intellectually, you know what I'm saying? Because you can have a elder in the family who's afraid to expound their mind. So now if you as a child might ask questions or you know question a belief, they just completely shut you down and you make you seem as if you're even crazy for having a thought. And now you're not even growing or developing mentally or you know or intellectually or whatever because the people before who came before you, you know what I'm saying, aren't willing to or maybe not even have the answers to your questions. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You gotta be
but the thing is, even if they don't have the answer, it's usually never like let's figure it out. It's like a fuck that, know that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a complete shut down. You know what I'm saying? They shut your ass down. You know
like when your parents tell you because I said so.
Yeah.
Just shit like that. I said so. What
type shit are you on? Some shit like that.
Exactly. But I think I said that. I'll say that in the last overtime. It was like a lot of niggas like usually expand their mind after they like get away from their parents or their family and shit. Usually when you start seeking your own information or just out of school, like just out of the indoctrination. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's what happened to me in college.
You said what?
I said that's what happened to me in college.
Even college, college does, but even in colleges, it's still a level of indoctrination in college too, though.
Sure.
Like, you know. But it's still, you know, it's still further in your education, so I can't deny that. But so that shit.
So
crazy.
maybe the generational shit is like, I don't know, maybe it's kind of helpful.
What do you mean to know like how to grow from the past, like that? Yeah, man. See, and it's so crazy because I'm glad because it's overtime. So remember, like those terms like earth angels and all that kind of shit, and they said what they say. What they say. A lot of us from this generation are what's that the shit, man? I
Light
feel when we
workers.
was talking about this before.
light workers.
Indigo children.
Indigo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they said
we
basically
did
indigo
touch on
children
that.
are brought here to like kind of try to heal the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like or the light workers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they were put here at a specific time. And it's so crazy how like a lot of people in our generation is starting to like see the effects of the shit that our parents or before them. And you know what I'm saying? We're starting to see that, but it's a lot of us is starting to be like this.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because we're in the information age. You know what I'm saying? And it helps. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but still,
we all experience that though. That's why I was saying, we all have similar experiences, and that's how our parents were taught. That's why I said that shit is like generational for real. Even how they size up your spouse and everything else, like that shit is really generational. They gonna challenge you.
You right. You right, B.
To the point to see if you could break, and if you don't break, that's when they accept you. Right when you go on break, they accept you.
You're right.
It's always like that.
Right.
It's so weird though. Yeah, it always be. With, I swear it always be with like black families though. I don't want to be like.
It's not though. It's not.
I don't think so.
Nah.
I think that's
Okay. Cool.
You think that's
okay.
accurate?
In my experiences. Excuse
me. Yeah.
Nah, some of this shit is kind of weird.
I gotta.
I can see that, the loner personality and shit.
What you got? Indigo.
Really intuitive.
Yeah. I mean,
see, shit like this. This is the thing about this type of shit, right? Because it can always like, if it's the wrong person, can like may have them give. Because I feel like a lot of times, like people have certain traits, and it's like giving you an excuse to be like, "Oh, I'm a compassionate, strong-willed." So it's like they be a complete asshole and be like, "Nah, it's because I'm an indigo child or some shit." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people like to take certain things and twist it to like. To not be accountable for themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Google it real quick.
I feel you.
Right.
But that don't mean it also could be true. You know what I'm saying? Just some people be trying to force traits on themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'll never try to co-sign nothing that I'm not. So like, that like when I looked at that whole list, like I identified like probably most of that shit.
Yeah. I feel like
I feel you on that.
Trust me, when I read this shit, I was like, "Oh, it makes sense." Like I felt what this shit was saying. So I'm not denying it, but I'm just saying I just know that some niggas be, because it will take this shit.
I broke that shit out around when it said 14, man. That's double the 7, so there's double perfection. So there has to be like some connection right there, like off the break. Yeah, a lot of that shit was. I only saw that list for like 30 seconds, but that shit was real. You can always tell when you feel it.
Yeah.
I got a light topic.
What's up?
I don't know if y'all heard of it. My wife put me on this joint like last week or whatever. Like after we got done with our segment or whatever. She sent me a little meme and shit, whatever. Talking about the Mandela Effect.
Yeah, I mean Brian talked about that shit like probably like 10 episodes ago on the OverTime.
What y'all niggas think about that joint? Because I knew I had heard it before, but I was
it's like certain they think the world ended in 2012. And
I don't know about that.
Nah, that's how you explain the shit.
Well, okay.
B, am I right? Am I right, B? Yeah, the world ended in 2012, and since then, like we like entered like an alternate universe, and like certain things aren't the same that they were in the past. Like if you look at like Chick-fil-A, right? Like Chick-fil-A used to be spelled in your brain. It used to be spelled what? CHIC. Yeah, I'm saying, right? Yeah. And now it's spelled like a different way, or like Walmart. Walmart used to be spelled
right.
Okay,
so
we're talking about Sinbad and all that stuff too.
We're on the same page though, because I seen some of the shit. I was like, hold up, dog. Yeah. Like y'all not gonna tell me Sinbad did not have the movie
Shazam and all that.
Shazam, I swear to God, I remember that joint. And I know everybody remember the if you was a Disney kid growing up, the fucking was it the Snow White joint or whatever, the mirror on the wall. I know everybody remember Mirror on the Wall. And now it's Magic Mirror on the wall. Man. I'm like, come on, dog. Y'all fucking up.
It be happening like with songs too. Like songs will like have like a different beat, but you can like dispute that though, because like multiple like you have like a pre-release and then like an album version, so like you can fuck shit up with that. You know what I'm saying?
But I will say this though. I will say this as far as the whole origination of it. I do not remember. I never remember hearing anything about Mandela dying. Anyway,
like how he died. That's where the name come from. It comes from
exactly.
him.
I never remember anything about him dying in prison and all shit like that. I remember him getting out,
getting free.
I was still in grade school, whatever. He got out and was free, and apartheid was done, and all that other shit or whatever the fuck. But
all right, so what if it's like, what if Mandela Effect is just a control of like I don't know,
thought and shit.
Never mind.
It's got to be some type of form of control, because it's changing shit. Because I know for a fact, nigga, I was a Disney head, nigga. I know that shit was mirror on the wall. I know it was mirror. I know I seen Sinbad dressed up as a goddamn genie. I know that shit.
Just like
I'm a Sinbad fan.
So who they saying was dressed up like a genie?
Huh? They were saying
Shaq.
So they were saying we were confused with Shaq's shit.
Shaq.
Kazam. With the Kazam shit. No, I remember the Kazam shit. I saw that.
Shaq
I saw that jump.
And that's Kazam, not Shazam.
Exactly, it's Kazam. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And is it not a is it funny that they had this new movie out, Shazam, with the some
all right, so
Shazam with the same colors Sinbad was wearing, the red and the yellow and shit.
No, Shazam is from
DC.
Yeah.
No, nigga.
Yes. Nigga, listen, yes, it's from DC, but it's a Marvel. He's a Marvel character. Yes, so he has to change his name to Shazam. But what his name is like Captain. I think his name is like
I know some shit. It is something
whatever. You're missing the point.
He shares the same name, but because Marvel had the rights to the name, they couldn't come out with the same movie. So you had to change the name to Shazam.
You're missing the point. There's a movie. There's a new movie out. Maybe last year or the year before, called Shazam.
That's what I just said, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, there was a movie in the 90s with Sinbad playing a genie. It was called Shazam.
Yeah, it was.
It was called Shazam, dog. But way before Kazam.
Yeah, I remember that joint. He was with the white boy. He was with the little white boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are you hung up on?
I'm hung up on why, like you were saying that like there must be some type of control thing or whatever, and they're
of course there was a Shazam, but it had nothing to do with the other movies.
Remember, I think we definitely be in different like fucking dimension. You know how like all these little eclipses be happening and shit like that. I think that's when like the shit be shifting.
Hey. They said
we don't even realize it.
Jif peanut butter. Was it ever Jiffy or was it just Jif?
Oh yeah, I know. It was Jiffy. It was
Jiffy, right?
They saying no, it was just Jif.
No, it was Jiffy.
I'll send the link. Let me.
No, but I remember. I know exactly what you're saying. But no, like even when I told y'all that Shuri, you know how many days till 2020 and all that shit. Like,
oh yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, it's always like that. We're like we can't measure what fucking time is. We not even like to that point for real.
Talking about that.
Yeah,
that shit right there.
That nigga right there.
Yeah.
And why this shit? One of these gonna say Mandela Effect right there. Mandela Effect.
I remember that movie, man.
Yeah, that shit weird. That shit is weird. Like, what is that?
And then it
seemed like a blip in my memory.
Article that I posted, they said that Sinbad said, "No, I never played no motherfucking I never played no genie or no shit or whatever the fuck." I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dog?
Yeah,
I know I seen that movie. I know I seen that movie.
For real.
What the fuck?
That was like in his prime too.
Hey Phil, you said you had some shit you had to say, and then remember earlier you said you had some shit you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of like
get in it.
What I notice is I'm just bothered by how people are using the influence of fucking Pop Smoke to like get up on they shit. Tell me this nigga is not nah. Tell me this nigga's not like every feature, every beat. He got a movie about to drop on Friday. With the Asian boy called Boogie and shit. I'm just like, yo, so where's the money going to where he would have been making? Is that going to his people? Like, I feel like they're like overexposing him. Like, what's the reason behind that shit? It's kind of crazy to me.
Was he that good? Because I only like one song.
No,
was he that
like
good?
now, yo, dog, I swear, I don't even know if it's like, I don't even try to pay attention to that shit. But when I saw like that movie preview, I'm like, oh, this nigga about to drop a fucking movie on Friday?
Can anybody name a couple of his songs? At least 3?
Yeah, they got the Kid Cudi joint right now in rotation for the UFC fight coming on fucking Saturday.
What's the name of the song?
Show Out.
Okay. Give me 2 more.
But still, even that, it's a joint on the radio. You know,
Corey stupid as shit.
Give me 2 more.
Nah, man. I feel like I be seeing that shit over. I don't know. I just feel like it's overexposed, and who's getting the money off of that shit?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. I feel like his exposure off of what he was, and like who's getting.
Said he had a cousin that sounded like him or whatever.
That shit's just crazy to me.
Hey Corey, these
Pop Smoke did all so much shit like in that because how like I don't know, from the first time I remember hearing this name, I want to say that was like, his name, like, I don't know, I was hearing his name a lot like in major media before I even like really saw who the nigga was, you know what I'm saying? Like I was hearing Pop Smoke's name like on like the Breakfast Club or like on like Joe Budden or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, before I even heard a song from this nigga. So it's just kind of amazing how off the break hit song
50 promo
before I even saw it, you know what I mean? And then it's like this nigga's in the movie, and then he passes, like at the beginning. Right. Like I feel like this nigga that I'm pretty sure he died before most of the people who follow him or his fans, like most of them came after his death. I'm pretty sure because it wasn't around that long. Like it was a very short lived.
Right. I see.
So, so it's just kind of crazy how it's like, is that some music industry shit? Like, like, hey, let's just get these niggas.
Like it is.
Because like they say, like Jadakiss said, rappers is worth more after they die. I mean, yeah, that's what he said. Whatever.
I feel like that too, though. Maybe that's why, though. But
I don't like it.
Crazy.
I think it happens with a lot of rappers after they transition to the next life. So like even King Von seemed like he was getting a little bit of buzz. He seemed like he got a lot of buzz. His name was in the conversation a lot after he passed too.
Yeah. But
I don't necessarily not say he got like no movie or anything like the same way Pop Smoke did, but yeah.
But it was pretty much like the same script because it was like, can you hear King Von's name? You know what I'm saying? Before you see what he like the nigga just popped up on the feed.
I still don't know one King Von
song. You know what I'm saying? Before you ever heard a song, like it's just crazy. It's like literally was the same script.
I listen to lyricists.
He went and he died.
90s gold. Corey listen to 90s gold.
90s gold, baby.
90s gold hip hop playlist.
Or this Pandora.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Hey Siri, play 90s gold hip hop.
90s platinum, baby. They wearing platinum chains, dog.
Clean version. Clean version.
That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually. It's funny. So, have y'all kind of noticed like the whole what's that dude, Bobby Shmurda, like kind of
I like Bobby Shmurda
now. So, what's your
hold on. Sorry, Marcus. Corey, name 3 Bobby Shmurda songs. Name 3 Bobby Shmurda songs.
Get fucking hot, nigga.
Okay, what else? Is that the only one though? Did he have any other singles? Like, did he get locked up right after that? Like that song became like.
I think so.
That's why we've been waiting. We've been waiting.
Go ahead, Marcus. My bad. Go ahead.
No, but I'm just asking. I'm like, yeah, because to me that shit looked like a rollout. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like The nigga, like, you know, it's almost like the industry knew when this nigga come out, he gonna make a rack of bread off this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And just like how he just got locked up, but he got locked up off like the RICO, like yeah.
I feel like he gonna make it. I feel like he gonna make a diss song against what's his name? 6ix9ine.
I doubt it.
So.
Do you doubt it?
Yeah.
I feel like they trying to make him like the anti 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I'm saying. I think that's why I feel like it's gonna be.
They're gonna help. They're gonna boost his career.
I feel like they're gonna. He's the one. He's supposedly the one to bring rap or hip hop back or whatever the fuck.
Marcus, just like you said. Marcus, just like you said. After rappers go to jail, that's their initiation.
Yeah. They stop
on next. Yeah.
And I know he got some.
I see it right after he wrote. And that's crazy. That shit happened like right after you said that shit.
Kodak
the same Friday.
Yak just got out too.
But that's the reason I say
Yak about to do something.
No, but that's the reason I say I don't think that. That's the reason I say I don't think Bobby. That's the reason I say I don't think Bobby Shmurda going to do something with 6ix9ine. I mean, not do something with 6ix9ine. Do something like he'll probably have his jabs talking about like how he did his bid without snitching or without ratting. But I don't think he would actually like literally have to go at him because I mean he don't have to. I mean, well,
he don't have to.
But just why have any conflict?
He really does not have to mention that name at all.
Quavo just picked him up in a jet, dog. Come on.
But I do. I mean, but you're right. Quavo. They say this nigga. Wait, hold on. When this nigga got locked up, Quavo even out. like was Migos even? You know what I'm saying?
No, they was out. They was doing.
All right. I don't know. I guess Migos been around for a minute now. But it's like I just didn't see the correlation. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was kind of crazy. You know. But yeah, you're right, man. But this shit looks very in music industry. This shit.
Quavo ain't pick 6ix9ine.
And it's like even that whole like but the thing as far as like making him the anti 6ix9ine because like everybody in the media is kind of like see he's the real because 6ix9ine was you know what I'm saying like he didn't. He's the, you know, like they're comparing the two, so I feel like they're trying to like turn the people who would have been fans of 6ix9ine and like twist that energy right over and put it on box.
Like how wrestling is.
Yeah, you know, you come like he's like the new hero and what's his name?
Anti-hero.
Yeah, the anti-hero. I feel like they kind of doing that shit, you know.
I know I'm tired of seeing that.
But the thing is but here's the thing: it's still a fucking trick because they still trying to like, they're still also glorifying that whole gang lifestyle shit at the end of the day. Still, you know what I'm saying? Why they want to keep these niggas going in jail to what? Supply the what's it called? The whole prison industry. So this is still part of the whole trick bag. Like it's all. Like so they gonna still make you think like he's the real like you're gonna celebrate that shit and you're gonna be influenced by it and then you're gonna end up going down that path, you know. So
that topic I've been obsessed with like for the past like week ever since like the Judas and Black Messiah joint came out.
I finished that joint too, by the way.
What topic?
Like how or even like Snowfall because like that shit, believe it or not, that shit coincides with each other. Like how
I need to watch that joint.
So like these agencies infiltrate, you know, these movements and then use them to their advantage, like CIA. Like
they say Vlad TV, FBI.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like CIA like compromise people and give people the resources to fuck up their community. And the FBI like lock them up. Like the CIA put you in these precarious positions and then, you know, use you to their advantage, and then the FBI like lock you up. Like they one hand.
No, they will.
Man,
but they show you in every movie though. They show in every movie like they do that shit.
I was even thinking it's speaking on that same shit. That shit probably happened even with the Crips and the Bloods and how everything turned around.
If you're watching, go right now.
Come out of jail. But some dude probably had some nigga get compromised in jail. He came out, you know what I'm saying, and probably influenced and had power and you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck. They probably gave him money, probably gave him whatever. Niggas did what he said, you know what I'm saying, and boom, like man, now the whole shit got turned the fuck around, like you know, like that's you know, and it get out next week. You saw how easy. But you seen how easy the situation happened with the nigga that was the snitch and then Judas and Messiah, or because because what was the fuck I was about to say? Oh yeah, because all he had to do was do that 6 or 7 years of what the fuck, and then he would have been able to live his whole life. But because he decided that he didn't want to do that bid, and then the nigga ended up having to kill himself.
All he had to do was 6 or 7
and he was
years.
getting money.
He had to live with that anguish because he wasn't willing to go do that. You know what I'm saying? So you see how easy it is to get a nigga to do some shit, you know, or infiltrate some shit and fuck some shit up. Especially when niggas probably was faced, because remember they was throwing like the fucking book at niggas for little shit back.
Well, yeah, Hampton.
For sure.
He said he stole some ice cream and he had to go to jail.
Yeah, they said that he was in jail for stealing some ice cream, but like that's what I'm saying. Niggas,
that's ridiculous.
Niggas was going to jail like for the smallest shit, man. So you could just imagine, like you know, it would be easy to get a nigga to turn. Like,
hey, but you would.
And you can imagine shit. It's the same thing to this day, nigga. You know, niggas ain't trying to do 4, 5. It's easy to say, oh yeah, all he had to do was 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not
murdered 5 years. You know
I'm just saying if you look at it from a perspective of, you know, longevity and shit. But of course, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm just letting y'all know, y'all my niggas, but. I'm snitching. I am snitching. I am not doing 5 years for nobody. For nobody, dog. Never. Damn, 5? I don't care.
You can't do 5. Hey, Simo, I do 5.
I used to listen to Dipset. I used to listen to Dipset.
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches, all that. But 5 years, I'm not doing a day.
I'm trilled, Simo. I'm trilled.
But look, even as far as even all that shit, like that's part of the thing is like it's you know, glorifying Bobby Shmurda now is like kind of like now you influencing the mind of the regular common folk 9 to 5 working nigga ain't got shit to do with the streets, but now they thinking like a street nigga ain't got no motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like but that's why they gonna glorify a nigga like that. Because now if we gonna start looking at each other on some shit that ain't got shit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? That you won't even be, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't 99% of us ain't even in those circumstances or would be in those circumstances. But you know, like that's why they put these and that's why they still glorify these niggas. Like that's why they do this.
And it's not even that. That was the whole point of them, you know, the whole conspiracy theory of them trying to move rap to the trap and trap music type stuff and shoot niggas up and reselling dope and all that other shit, whatever the fuck. That was a whole conspiracy theory shit or whatever. So niggas get locked up and all that other shit.
Is that a conspiracy theory or?
Yeah, it's in your face.
Yeah.
It's obvious as shit.
It's obvious as shit now. Yeah, it really can't be no conspiracy theory. You're absolutely right. It really can't.
But the funny thing,
it's happening right now. So,
but the funny thing that and it goes back to the conversation we was having earlier. Like, when we were younger, obviously we didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? It was the first time that type of shit was out, and we had to look, you know, 20 years later and look back and be like, oh, okay, I can see that shit may have influenced niggas. Like I remember being in school and was niggas that had absolutely no reason to want to be like that, who wanted to be like that just because they was influenced by their favorite rapper. I'm like, nigga, your parents got great government jobs, nigga. You don't have to do it. Like, you know, like
you come from a good family.
Your parents bought you a car at 16, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that, you know. It's like
you come from a two.
Those be the worst ones too.
And those they do, those be the worst ones too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you come from a 2-parent house.
Ones that have everything.
What the fuck?
But like on a not even like a proven conspiracy shit. Like that shit that they said in the movie, that whole the Messiah Act, that's like a real thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, when it's like a real government document. Like when somebody's like poking out, you know, causing some resistance, especially black people, and they name people. They name Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X. Yeah.
You're number one. He number one.
Yeah, he was number one. They said they wasn't really worried about Elijah Muhammad because he was like older and really don't got no charisma.
Fred Hampton was trying to get an army, young of like all young black niggas. Like come on, man.
Yeah, ruthless ass motherfuckers.
They had to get him out of there, young. Like
he was trying to strap up.
He was going like crazy. Hard, dog.
Hey, yo, speaking on that, did anybody happen to and this might be completely off, but did anybody happen to see the US versus Billie Holiday jump?
No,
not yet.
Yeah, what happened?
She's one of the people too. I mean, not necessarily. I'm not want to put her in the same category as Fred Hampton or whatever. But like the government,
Sam Cooke.
The government plotted on Billie Holiday too. Like they plotted on her and her drug use. Like the joke culminated with like them basically allowing her to go to rehab and be in a doctor's office or be in the hospital recovering from a heroin overdose. And she ended up dying on her bed.
See, that's pre-internet. So like,
do you know why though?
She died.
I'm still trying to figure out why Eartha Kitt got banned from the U.S.
She because she was singing a song. She was singing a song.
Shit.
Billie Holiday was singing a song, "Strange Fruit," and it was talking about the lynches and stuff, lynching and everything going on. Okay. And so they couldn't. They like banned her from singing the song, and like they took her license and everything away from her. And then the only way they could actually get her to stop singing the song was like they knew that she was she abused drugs, not only just used drugs, she abused drugs. So like they co-opted like a whole narcotics sting to bring her down and shit like that.
Oh, y'all can read that stuff on Sam Cooke too.
I seen that they had a special on Netflix. I didn't get into it.
I need to watch that shit too.
You need to watch read into like Sam Cooke murder.
Whoa, go ahead and
they said he died 2 times or some shit, whatever.
Oh yeah, I did read up on that one. After the one night in Miami, I read up on that shit a little bit.
They got him.
Yeah. And that story seemed jank as shit too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did y'all? And I'm so mad because I'm like literally on the internet looking for because I can't remember who it exactly was because I don't want to get her name wrong, but I want to say it was Dorothy Dandridge, or if it wasn't her, it was like one of these black female actresses that was like secretly in like the CIA or some shit like that, and it's like documented. Like you can look this shit up. Forgot who the fuck it was. Like she like learned martial arts and all. Like she learned combat.
Damn, she was a spy.
She was like she was like a spy. Like who the fuck was it? She was famous, like well known.
It's older. She's older, right?
She's from like I want to say probably in that 20s to 30s area, probably during that Harlem Renaissance.
I know what you're talking about,
but I can't think of her fucking name, man. But I was just looking that shit up because I didn't want to get the wrong person. But she's like of that like Dorothy Dandridge, like she was like one of those beautiful women type, but she was like secretly like a. Yeah, but it was a black woman. It was a black woman, but I can't think of who the fuck it was though. It's pissing me off. But I'm just throwing this tidbit out so if y'all niggas want to take the time to try to figure it out. I cannot
search.
I cannot think of her fucking name, man. It's pissing me off.
Hey, you want to y'all want to hear about some wild shit? What's talking about programming? Do y'all know MIT, right? MIT got this. They invented this technology where you can beam sound waves into somebody's head and make them like hear what they want you to hear.
Oh my god! Of course, yeah. That's what they call
the sound of God.
That's fucking crazy. Wow.
So that's
a catchy name. That's a catchy.
That sounds like something that I can definitely see that happening.
It's almost damn near you think your consciousness.
It sounds like it's something that has created a minute ago, and they just now letting us.
Oh, laser transmit! Oh hell nah! Oh,
laser transmit.
Hey, I found it, but we can keep going because I'll send you the picture first, right? But go ahead.
This is also like
some Bourne Ultimatum type shit, right?
Yeah.
This is exactly.
Or what if like some Manchurian Candidate type shit?
That's probably how they're doing that shit right now. Even like the shootings, bombs,
exactly.
Like that.
Some of these actors and actresses is probably secretly like CIA agents, and we don't even fucking know. Look,
hell yeah. Exactly.
This before I show y'all the picture. Iconic entertainer.
That makes sense.
It says it's Josephine Baker. It says
Yeah.
iconic entertainer of the jazz age, famous for her
Okay.
risque performances. Josephine Baker responded to the start of World War II by becoming a spy for the French resistance.
And she will fuck your ass up.
Known as the
Next
Creole
sentence.
goddess of France, Baker used her celebrity. Listen, Baker used her celebrity to gain access to high-ranking Axis officials. Nigga, she was like a spy, nigga.
Yeah.
Come on, nigga. Like, come on, that's
Hey,
crazy.
that's cold.
Josephine Baker,
niggas up too, for real.
She was probably a fox.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah.
Was she?
She had a good run.
He said, "Was she?"
I hope so.
007.
I hope so.
Yo, you can fight too. That's crazy.
That's what she
look
like training and all that shit.
That's crazy.
That's where all these movies coming from, dog. That's where all these movies coming from.
Fucking
So you think they
women shit?
Exactly.
You think she was the only one? You think you would be crazy to think she the only one?
Fuck no. Because I'm still puzzled why they making all these movies, all these white women that can beat 300 fucking pound niggas to death or whatever the fuck.
Nah, she wasn't a fox.
Talking about?
It's like
In the
I guess.
40 she was.
Was she?
And she was always.
Hey, but Red, speaking on the program and Lighthouse, you had said you're always talking about as far as like the programming and like how they're programming and they're destroying like the American family or just like the black household in general, bro. This is something that I'm starting to like battle with, like watching my kids, right? As we send them to go get taught by some niggas that like something that I you see what I'm saying? Like I'm sending my kids,
send them to the system.
I'm sending them to go. You see what I'm saying? It's
to the system.
Like why? Like we're the only species on this planet that will send their kids to go be taught and about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with my family or like my culture. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go give my kids or send them off to learn X, Y, and Z on some shit that I can do right here at home. I don't know. It's like the weirdest thing. And even more now that they're at home.
Well, now that you're working from home,
exactly, and that makes it even worse. I'm like, yo, why the fuck would like you know what I'm saying? Like I could be teaching. This is knowledge that I know. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely translate this over to my own kids as well as in the same process giving them life lessons. You see what I'm saying? They don't have to answer to anybody else. I'm gonna raise my own kids, teach them the ways of my culture or what it is that I do. But yet they go to school and get programmed just like we did, and go to school, get programmed, and just
you're right. You're right.
You see what I'm saying? It's weird.
I get it.
Who needs fucking algebra? I feel you.
It's weird, yo. Even like down to the history. How you gonna teach a black kid about African American history?
That's why you say, hey, that's the worst thing. History's the worst. History's the worst subject in school. That's the worst subject in school. That's the worst. Yeah.
Like this, and then the funny thing is, like when you become of age, then you be like, that was just some bullshit. Like, so what was all that for? Like, y'all was just trying to fuck with me the whole time.
Hey, there was never no movie on Josephine Baker. Like I'm reading about this.
No, they got a movie. They do. Yeah, they got a movie.
Oh,
I swear to God,
they don't have the right jump.
Didn't Halle Berry play her?
Yeah, I was gonna say Halle Berry did.
It's called The Born Identity,
bruh. Like
fucking Matt David and shit. I think
like I'm reading the first like the top 10 facts. It's crazy.
Let us see it, nigga.
Huh? Okay,
let us see it.
Right.
Halle Berry really didn't play her in the HBO?
Oh yeah, I think she did. Yeah, I think you're right, Phil. I think you're right.
I think Halle Berry did Dorothy Dandridge and Josephine Baker.
I know she did. I do remember that one now. Damn,
she was a dancer at nighttime and a spy at wartime.
Dang,
men
World
were prepared.
War II.
Men were prepared to die for
Josephine. In the banana skirt, right?
Dang, that's crazy.
Look, they said men were prepared to die for her.
That's number 2.
She had
Wow.
Yeah, you're right. She had a total of 12 children.
Wow, did
Not
she?
hers. Not hers though. She adopted.
Oh.
She was the first
All
Angelina
12?
Jolie. She was friends with a princess. I don't
Who
know
had
what
12
that's about.
children?
That's right.
Jesus.
Go up.
She was married 5 times, bro.
Or was it?
Or was it?
Yo, she was that. Hey, yo, she was that chick, yo.
5 times?
And she was rolling with Frida Kahlo. That's
Josephine
crazy.
Baker and Game of Thrones.
She was in Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, once you gotta watch that.
Chill, yo.
A picture.
Chill. Y'all stupid. Josephine Baker.
Josephine.
It's crazy that's not a movie on her.
Yeah, 12 crumb snatchers got.
Watch it. It will be soon.
Right, now that we just said this shit.
They're about to drop that shit. Watch a couple months. They're about
Right.
Josephine Baker, the most interesting black. Watch it. Watch. You about to see that shit. Warner Brothers produces Josephine Baker film 2022. Now casting. Who gonna play her? We can call that shit out right now. Might as well do it for him.
Rihanna could probably do it. Rihanna could pull it off.
Oh, you see Riri? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember, I told you I broke the news. Tiffany Haddish gonna be FloJo. She gonna do FloJo, so that should I can see.
This nigga said break the news.
I mean, it wasn't breaking news. I don't know. Tiffany Haddish ain't breaking. Ain't breaking anyway. But I'm happy for her.
Chill.
Be right back. About to get a baby a bottle.
Nah, she wasn't that bad looking. Nah,
she look alright right now.
Yeah, she look alright.
It's because she was probably in character, so she's probably
true.
faces and shit.
Mm-hmm. No,
Nah,
exactly
she got some hot pics, yo. She.
I mean, but it's so funny that she an actress, so it's like she get easily
right, deceive you, and she got many looks. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, that's how they be doing it though.
Look at all the looks she got.
Yeah, but bro, it's no way for her to be able to use as a tool for the government because she's a beautiful woman who can act you know what I'm saying? Like nigga, she can't be ugly. Man. Like it's no way. There's no way.
It's not gonna work.
Your cover's blown.
And to deceive people, she gotta be a good actor.
But I wonder what her missions were. Like, what were her missions and shit? What was she trying to?
It's about the French. I think it said the French spy for the French resistance or whatever that meant.
Damn. Hey, you a cold motherfucker, hey.
Yeah, no, but I don't know why people don't talk about her, young. Like that's interesting as shit.
So Lytehouz, did this information come out after she was retired or
it had to.
Okay.
I'm assuming. I don't know, but there's no way she just a spy for the French resistance and niggas just see her every day. You know what I'm saying? It just.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's the thing. Her everyday travels is not documented like a Kim Kardashian and shit like that. Like your every move is documented. But she's the biggest movie star, and she was making moves behind the scenes. Like she's had to do her job and then film some shit, or you know what I'm saying, take pictures and some shit.
All right, well, obviously this is all bullshit, and we don't know for sure. But if y'all could just take a guess at any fucking body in the industry, be if the industry would use that motherfucker, who do you think? You know what I'm saying?
This is a complete spy.
Who or just be
right
secretly in the working for the government, CIA, or you know what I mean? They're not who they say they are. You know what I mean? They're a blatant plant, a plant. You know what I mean?
Tiffany Haddish.
Nah,
but I can see.
I can see.
I was see where he coming with that. To be honest with
you forgot she's a black Jew. She's a comedian, so she's never been in no serious roles. She's always talking about the different circles she always be with. I mean, she be in all those damn celebrity circles. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just throwing that one out since we gotta throw shit on the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen. Hold on real quick, because I just want to add on to that the Tiffany Haddish shit. listen to Tiffany Haddish's. I want to say it's her first Breakfast Club interview, and she was literally talking about like how she was like getting brainwashed, like some shit like that. Like it sounded like some conspiracy theory shit that they would be like, oh, that's what they be doing to these niggas in the industry.
Hypnotized?
Like she was basically kind of, I don't know, but it sounded like, oh, that's how they be turning these niggas into MK assets and shit. Like she literally was like, oh, they had me in the room and they were trying to brainwash me, and they was like literally like she was talking about this shit. She was talking about like Scientology. She was into Scientology and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say
like she said it out her mouth. She said this shit out her mouth. Watch her first interview. You know, so that shit crazy.
Go ahead,
I was gonna say Wiz Khalifa.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
I single-handedly think I'll tell you why. I single-handedly think that he was they single-handedly used this dude as far as like the whole ushering and the whole new era of weed and like the way that shit went. Like it was like at one point in time, I remember I used to think that for whatever reason, oh, Wiz Khalifa smokes the best weed. I gotta get the type of weed that Wiz Khalifa. So I'm dead serious. I'm dead ass serious. You see what I'm saying? So why wouldn't that? You see what I'm saying? Like they used him. I could see them using him in a way to kind of usher in. All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna usher in the new cannabis part of the mission or the angle that we're gonna take.
So we having a conversation about plants. We're not talking about like spies. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about plants.
A plant.
Because Tiffany Haddish is I think is definitely a plant. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I could see that. I could see that with Wiz Khalifa because it's kind of crazy how his trajectory. But I don't know. Wiz did the underground scene though. Remember, he did the whole mixtape scene though. You know, so.
I feel like
it still don't mean that he can't be influenced after that.
Yeah, they definitely, 100%. Yeah,
because he's so commercial now. But no, I was talking about Wiz. But I was gonna say Khaled.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
just because I can see that. Yeah, that friendly ass. Always, but I always feel like he's perpetrating though.
Yeah, it's like an act. It's like it literally sounds he's like reading, like when he say shit.
When you look at the shit, like what is he getting out of it? Like I don't like when you be asking yourself that shit. Sometimes I'm like, what? I don't even get him. Sometimes like it's just off. I can see him as one, and he be around Jigga and all that.
And that's the thing. The reason when I first started questioning DJ Khaled was when back in the day, and it's funny because
like,
we was
having me, nigga.
Yeah, when he was saying that shit, nigga. I was like, how do you let this nigga just say that? He clearly not black. Like so, when I that just made me. I was like, okay, this nigga must have got like the most fire weed, or like he got like some. That's why I was thinking because like I'm like, how they just let this nigga get away with that? And I'm like, I know this nigga ain't from the same shit these niggas from. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, how he
that's what he's
how he out here just saying nigga, like it just didn't make sense to me. It just made no sense to me. So I started questioning that nigga, like just off that shit.
Yeah, I can see him doing that though, cause I can see him being like a snitch or something, like one to, you know what I mean, like giving us some information. He's done
you already know, dirty. Like where you from?
Who's snitching on the homies?
Yeah, he's done a hood dirty already. Like I said, he's around the elites.
You said he did dirty?
Ace Hood. Remember how that used to be like his artist and shit? I just saw like a drink. Ace Hood was talking about that shit. Just how he like switched labels and like left them and all types of stuff. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I saw that shit coming too. He was on the bubble. He can't bring you with him. You don't fit the mold. So why working with Jay-Z and Bieber and fucking these guys? That's what it is. Yeah, man. Like,
hey, but back to that because I'm really thinking about it now.
I got one more though.
That Tiffany Haddish point you made though, Alex. Like you don't think like this because if you think about like the kind of roles that she played, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's I don't know. it's like it do kind of seem like they need it, and then like because like did she have like this long work up the ladder to her spot, because it was kind of like you saw her a couple times and then boom, you know what I'm saying, superstar, so
yeah, that too.
Her shit kind of happened fast,
It'd be like that sometimes. I think the biggest one like wasn't like just planted there. I don't think he was planted there, but over time he turned. I don't know when he turned, but it's LeBron James.
Oh, your hand on man, Brown.
He's the biggest compromise star out there.
Why you think he's compromised because he got some dirt in his closet and it ain't been aired out yet?
I don't know, but I just know
because we haven't heard no controversy about Brown ever.
Yeah, you're right about that. But at the same time, like he built schools and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Great programs, scholarship programs.
Niggas care about controversy.
I don't know. It's just like he always has something to say.
Niggas didn't care about what Kobe was doing, and
but I'm saying like LeBron always got something to say. LeBron always got something to say about the movement. Like now. Yeah. But like he speaks about like the whole China shit, like that shit was kind of iffy to me. He was speaking about China and he was just like pro NBA language.
That's my whole point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't had no controversy or whatever. Like Kobe had controversy, so and he hasn't really spoken out and said nothing.
And he got that boule tattoo on his chest.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This
man
didn't go to know.
I can see it with LeBron. I mean, and I agree with you. I mean, LeBron is 100% corporate. You know what I'm saying? 100% lifetime Nike, like lifetime deal with Nike, nigga. Like that means that he gonna say whatever Nike want him to say.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like that's a lot of dedication to sign a lifetime deal, nigga. That's a lot of dedication.
100 mil out of high school. 100 mil out of high school is a lot to ask.
Y'all see that?
They got it all huge on the chest. Yeah.
I had to. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had the whole.
Hey, show a video of his little his morning routine joint. I mean, this pregame routine when he like point to the ceiling and shit. You know what I'm talking about? When that little thing he do with his fingers, where he be like this and then do that shit. But like before every when they do like the what's it called? The Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. When they do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Be like a little like triangle.
Yeah, he be doing this shit and then he bring it to a triangle and shit. But he do a little bit more than that too.
This ain't my man Brown in the boule.
Nigga, he has the exact tattoo.
Yeah, he's tatted with it.
He in the boule.
Yeah, that shit tatted.
Maybe he's just like Mesopotamia. Ain't that Mesopotamia?
Him and Jay-Z, man. They probably like the top two niggas in
dudes that didn't go to colleges that
Jay-Z in the boule too, man. Oh man.
Yeah, Jigga.
I believe that though. He's sitting at the table with fucking Warren Buffett and too many times.
I believe that in a lot of things.
Hey Marcus, send me a link. I can't find it.
But I still
they might have took that shit off YouTube because the video I saw was back in the day. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit gone.
That makes me think like all these like NBA games be fixed. Not every game, but just the big ones.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When my man Brown when he's supposed to win.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll start to see it after All-Star. That's when you really know who's gonna be doing what. The push.
I want to see that
dunk contest.
Nah, like when the Grammys come up, I know they're gonna have some wild shit this year.
Oh yeah, I'm
sure. For sure, most definitely.
When the Grammys?
Supposed to be soon, like March, right?
March.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's always March, right?
Yeah, March.
You say you just want the link?
Yeah.
Grammys is March 14th, 2021.
Oh, we got a week.
So a couple weeks, yeah.
No, next Sunday. Not this Sunday coming up, but next Sunday after.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, next week. Yep. Shit. Come on, give me some OT.
But I don't know. I would probably say like it had to. All right, so all right, here's a person, fucking George Clooney, right? And the reason why I say George Clooney, because you've ever seen his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know they be like speaking, because remember, not even just George Clooney and Brad Pitt too, because like, don't Brad Pitt and George Clooney and Angelina Jolie, like, don't they be like having like speeches at the United Nations conventions and shit like that?
Yeah,
like, why the fuck are y'all talking at the United? Like, maybe I don't understand, but that shit just seems kind of strange because it's like it's not like it's something that they talk about every day. Like, it's like you just randomly boom Brad Pitt at the United Nations convention. It's like, huh? Like I didn't know he was into that. I didn't know he was into politics or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was into that type of shit. Boom. You know, Angelina Jolie, boom. George Clooney's wife, she's not even an actress. You know what I'm saying? And she was at the shit with him. So it's like the shit crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay.
You're like, why would that be?
What would they be doing there?
That's all the
whole shit. Brad Pitt speaking?
Have y'all seen Eyes Wide Shut? Like as an adult?
Nah.
Yeah.
I need to watch that shit again.
Yeah, I know, right?
That shit means so much more now. So much more.
I just remember that shit used to just look creepy when I was a kid. I was like, the fuck?
For a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, this that shit LeBron be doing.
Triangle. 6. Damn.
Boy, got the munchies.
Sibo out there.
Right.
My bad. We're putting groceries away over here. My bad.
Look at this nigga. They looking at him like, what the fuck is he doing?
He's doing a whole ritual.
Looking at that nigga like he was a god or something. Like, he really was.
And that kind of remind me of something. This is a conspiracy theory right here.
That's crazy.
Do y'all think like all these like TikTok dances, like they like some ancient like where did these dances come from? Y'all think like they like unconsciously like summoning something?
Like a chant.
I don't know about all that. I be wondering
thought
where
about
they be
that,
coming with all these goddamn
like where all these dances be coming from. Like they just be, and they don't even be like looking like cool. They just be like looking like symbols. Like they just be like so like robotic and like real like.
Hey,
tribal.
I never thought of it that way, but
I know I never thought about that shit. But damn, that never fucking know that. You know,
like just look, pay attention to like the movement of them jumps. It look like real like tribal.
Because as much as this social media shit is like, you know, it seems like it's niggas that's just posting shit from their phone. Some of this shit is planted, you know what I'm saying? And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and there be some motherfuckers, and it seemed like it's just some lady at her house with her kids doing some shit, and it's like fucking, you know, some big ass corporations behind that video, and you have no fucking idea. You know,
that's how they reach out to you, and they pay you to post. So yeah, why not?
And just like remember in just the same thing that you was talking about. Remember how in like Dragon Ball Z, how they do the when they fucking they got to do the dance to like turn into like they use. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? It was like the Gogeta and shit. It's like the whole like
and Goku.
Yeah, and they got to get that shit just perfect. You know what I'm saying? They got to get that shit just right in order to join
fuse and shit.
Yeah,
that makes sense though. I didn't think about it like that.
And then like
I didn't think about it like that.
I could be wrong, but isn't it like Kundalini? Don't they do shit like that?
Yeah, exactly. That yoga shit,
Kundalini,
yoga, all that shit. That makes sense. I didn't think about that at all. That makes
Me neither.
sense.
Yeah, so
that makes sense. Because if you picture all of
that.
them like doing the dances without what would you say earlier, Riz? If they was doing dances in a loincloths or whatever, if they're doing it in a loincloth, you're like, yeah, them motherfuckers is doing some tribal shit. Straight up. Yeah.
That should just be looking like super like stiff and robotic and it don't be like on beat half the time.
Yeah, because it's not the right beat. It's not that tribal beat. They're doing it on some other shit.
Right.
I know, because if you really think about this shit, like, what's the point of, like, all right, this is what I mean. Like, if you're gonna do a dance, like, at least let it go with the beat. You know what I'm saying? It just be like shit. It just be looking like choreographed shit. They ain't got nothing to do with the music. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
the shit is kind of weird. You know?
And we can't, and we know that there's documented fact that like there are tribes in Africa and stuff like they do dances to do rituals, right? So it's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So
even Native Americans,
ritual in general, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Because
Native Americans and rain dances and all that.
I was saying it doesn't look like back in the 80s or not early 90s or whatever. It doesn't look like it's dancing for fun. It actually does look like that shit though. It actually looks like it's a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, but just think about it. Like, all right, so like you chanting something, you know what I'm saying? You saying it out your voice, you know what I'm saying? So you hearing it in your head as you saying it out your mouth, you know what I'm saying? Then you dancing, so it's like you feeling it in your body as you saying it, as you saying the chant. So it's like you changing your vibration, you know what I'm saying? Like just through the chant and the dance, you know what I'm saying? That, like, think about it. That's why even just in general, when people party and when they dance, like, it just makes you feel, it changes your state of being. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to dance when you not into what the fuck you doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to be feeling that shit, as they would say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, it's the truth. Like, you know. You know, so it's crazy. That shit is like you have to be in a certain state. So
it be them drums.
Them drums, nigga. Yeah. So think about it. You see them little videos, they do they dancing, they playing the drums, you know what I'm saying? They chanting. So yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, it makes sense. You know?
Them drums is real talk. Ain't they use drums to trade and shit back in the day? The barter,
the drums, they talk to your carnal, talk to your survival instinct. So that's why, like, you know, a lot of,
that's
like,
why they play shit at halftime.
Music got live bass and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. but and also, if you think about it, that's why, like, a lot of time in war they play the drums, because niggas is about to go. It's carnal, it's survival. So niggas is playing them drums before they go out to battle. It's like the same effect, you know what I'm saying?
Which is vibrations. That's crazy. Vibrations.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
Your being, of your instinct, you know what I'm saying? Like, it
but
really.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, before the slave trade and all that, in Africa, they actually used drums to communicate with, like, other tribes and facilitate, like, trades and bartering and shit, or whatever the fuck. Because everybody didn't speak the same language or whatever the fuck, but somehow everybody knew what the fuck them drums meant.
Hey, you know,
somehow.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about you saying about the vibration and, like, how that gets you riled up and ready to go to war?
Mm-hmm.
I actually heard from, like, a true MMA fighter that, like, that some of the times that going into war, he actually liked to listen to, like, calming music. Yeah, calming music, because it mellows you out, as opposed to all that other getting you hype and shit. So that shit's crazy.
I remember when I was in high school, it was two niggas on the football field. They used to listen to R&B, like, before the games. Them niggas used to, like, kind of go to the corner together and, like, just relax. And everybody else was, like, listening to, like, 3-6 and Pastor Troy and all that shit. Like,
yeah, I was pulling some.
These two niggas used to be on the like, they was the R&B niggas. Like, they was just over there. It's the truth though. It's the truth.
Hey, I can dig it.
You better be making some tackles out here.
But and also what you saying, Alex, that's true, because I forgot what I was watching or whatever. Maybe it was like an interview, and they say, like, a lot of the before, like, rap, like, a lot of, like, the OG gangsters and, you know, the gangbangers back in the day, they used to listen to soul music, like, on their way to go kill niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, so and Snowfall, did you hear the
Smiling faces?
Yeah, you listen to Computer Love and shit like that.
Yeah. They be saying most R&B.
They do that shit a lot in movies.
And they light your ass up.
Right. I was like,
smooth ass shit.
Yeah.
Smooth ass
real
shit.
Talk.
Smooth criminal, nigga. That's why Michael Jackson made that shit. He a smooth criminal.
Man, I went into a funeral home one time, and I walked by the room where the dude be, like, getting the bodies ready and shit. and like the nigga was in that joint, bro. This was like the most eerie shit. I walked by the room. I was like, hey, sir, you know what the bathroom is? And he was like, he stopped. The nigga was literally, it was like a room, all just dead bodies in the room. This nigga lifted up.
Damn.
Nigga literally had the leg in his hand. You know what I'm saying? And dropped it and walked over to me slowly and was like, what you say? Like, you know what did you say?
It's right there.
But the funny thing, the reason I bring this up, because he was in that joint listening to like some soul music. He was in that joint, like, I guess, getting ready to cut some bodies open. But he was listening to soul music, and that's what made it so eerie. Because like the nigga was like listening
that's
to
one
like,
profession I can't do.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking Delphonics or some shit. You know,
I love making music.
Son, what the fuck did you? What the fuck did you just do? What did you do after he came over to you and said, "What did you say?"
I just said
I probably would have shit on myself.
He just told me where the bathroom was, and that was it. Like, but it was just funny how.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
It was like as it was happening, it felt like a scene out of a movie because the music was playing. He put the leg down. He walked over to me slowly.
Like, hold on, so the leg was separate from the rest of the body.
That nigga looked me dead in my eyes. Like I was like, yeah, that nigga didn't cut some bodies open. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
is serious.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, let me put this leg down right quick.
But he literally, I swear on everything, bro. This nigga had the leg in his, like when I walked to the room, he had a leg up, like on the little bed or whatever they be on, and he literally dropped the leg down and like walked over. Like that shit is a true story. That's
so serious.
So you seen the body too? You seen the body too?
Oh yeah. But I'd have the ability to compartmentalize and just I do. So it's like I mentally prepare myself. So if I know I'm in an environment, I just cut my brain off. That's the best way to describe it. You know what I'm saying? I just do that shit. So yeah. But I seen all them bodies in that joint, nigga. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. You probably still look back at that point. You probably didn't see it then, but you look back now.
It was like I was like, young, that felt like a moment in the movie.
Hey, what's like the earliest moment you can remember?
Shit,
I be trying to do this all the time.
The earliest moment I can remember, only reason I can remember is because I had videotape back in the day.
No, that don't count.
No. I'm saying I remember my third birthday or whatever. I had a videotape of that shit. I watched that plenty of times or whatever. But that's probably the
a good question.
Earliest moment I can remember.
What's the earliest? Yeah,
I don't know where that VHS is at.
Not even moment, memory. What's the
I think one of my earliest memories is I was at the zoo, the National Zoo, with my parents and my 2 cousins and my sister.
Damn, pretty good memory. You know the specifics.
You know that waterfall. You know the waterfall that used to be right there at the National Zoo. Like as soon as you go in, it was like a waterfall that was kind of next to the
flowers.
Next to the ferrets. Like the ferrets would be kind of like right there. Yeah,
with the flowers.
Exactly. I remember being there, and I remember that was like my first time kind of seeing like water like that. I had never seen water like physically like that, and I think that I could still kind of like hear the water like coming off of that fucking
that's
like
waterfall. That's a good memory. That's a dope memory. That's a good memory. Mm-hmm. Good childhood memory. That's dope.
I couldn't have been more than
6, 5.
Nah, I would say maybe like 5.
Yeah.
I think like my earliest memory was like I remember it used to be like a courtyard where we lived at, and I used to always fall down and like I remember skinning my knee like a couple of times. I was probably like 2. And then right after that, I had a memory. I remember when my brother was like born or when he was in the hospital, and I like showed up. I remember.
Brother, right?
I'm like 2.5 years older than my brother. I remember him being born.
With mine too.
Yeah, I remember him being born, and my mom had like a fruit bowl, and I was just crushing a fruit bowl. I was like, "Who was that?"
Who is this?
I was like,
yeah. But my earliest joint was baby, but it was something to do with my brother because I remember. I was probably like I guess about 4 years old, and I remember my brother I don't remember, but I remember I was struggling to get off the bottle. You know what I'm saying? So I used to steal my brother's bottles. You know what I'm saying? And I just that was like one of my earliest memories. I remember just hiding under the table and my grandfather like trying to like find me, and I just remember hiding under the table like drinking my brother's bottles. You know what I'm saying? That's really my earliest memory. Because I knew crazy. I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. Like,
isn't it funny how like you actually got to think about that? Like, whoa, like yeah.
But I actually think about it a lot. Yeah, I was like, I try to remember like what's
yeah.
It's like little bits and pieces of shit, but you can't like really,
outside of the videotape, I would have to go with keys though, because I just remember my grandmother, R.I.P. She used to always take me to the Smithsonian's and all that shit, all DC or whatever the fuck. So I definitely remember going to like all the museums, the Air and Space, and the zoo and all that shit. I remember.
It's kind of like those first times that you like served
you were in awe.
Things that were like really spectacular to you. You know what I'm saying? And like me, I think that had to have been like my first time going to the zoo. That shit was it's crazy.
Yeah. But damn, what the fuck are these motherfuckers?
Think about it. A kid that grow up and you see all these animals in the books, right? And just physically see them for the first time.
Did y'all niggas have the zoo books? And shit? All that shit.
But I remember them Nat Geos used to be lit back in the day. The Nat Geo magazine.
Boy. Them National Geographics were crazy, dog. Niggas was doing just phenomenal shit. I'm telling you, dog. Yeah, them Nat Geos was like that. Them joints was like that. Them shits are everywhere now. You can walk into the library, get a stack of them bitches or whatever. But back in those times, though, when you see a Nat Geo, you're like, damn, these niggas are on some other shit.
Speaking of Nat Geo, they got this show on there called Traffic, and it's like the super like white. I don't even know if she's Spanish, but she's like fair skinned, blonde hair woman, and she be like exposing, or not even exposing, like doing deep.
What channel was this? What is this?
Expose on Nat Geo channel.
Oh, okay.
It's called Traffic. Yeah, and she be she.
I'm poor. I don't have that channel. I'm poor.
She shows like she'll show like cocaine from like start to finish, like how it's like made in Colombia and travels up like Peru and all that and get here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she do a lot of shit. She did like a fentanyl jump. She did a pimp show. She did like she just be like she like goes to the underworld and like exposes her. But like why do they give her all this access? Is she CIA?
Wow. Shit.
I gotta watch like a couple episodes. That don't kind of wow.
I can't afford that channel, but you know what I'm saying.
Nat Geo, that shit's like a free channel.
I don't know what channel is that.
I'm pretty sure this shit comes with like that Disney Plus package too.
Yeah, it do. Yep.
What's the joint with 2 Chainz on? I can afford. I got
most
that,
expensive shit.
I got that channel. I got that
Vice. Yeah.
I got that channel. That come with the package. I can't afford no extra.
That's stupid.
I can't afford no extra.
He said it's tight.
Ooh, it's tight. It's tight over here, baby. It's tight over here.
Wow.
Money over here, dog.
Wow. Guys.
I hear you.
All right. Who's it? The Vibe, the Live, whatever the fuck that channel is.
All right, it's about that time.
We cutting it off.
Yeah, cool. That's overtime.
We cutting it off.
Yes.
Shooting the breeze.
Chris Cooley.
And we was 3 for 3 once again. You know what I'm saying?
And them Redskins having them hot boys come out here this year.
Oh,
I just want to throw
that. Hey, he said the hot
boys. Y'all get ready.
Hey, well, we ain't even call the football team no more. Right. So what they gonna call the dance team if we don't got a mascot?
I don't want to hear a court response. Fuck him. I know you're gonna say some wild shit.
Because you can call the football team, but what you gonna call the dance team? You just gonna
the
call
dance team. The dance team.
Washington dance team. I guess the Washington
DC I don't know. DC Divas. It's gonna be some Divas.
I'm gonna be honest, and I guess I ain't feeling like why we gotta be the first niggas though. Like why our team gotta be the first one.
Right. Like
everybody else do it. You know what I'm saying? Like why we gotta be the only team?
It don't make sense for Dan Snyder. Nah, for Dan Snyder to go from saying over my dead body about the name change to fucking hiring fucking
hot boys.
There'll be some niggas in leotards and
hot boys. Hot boys.
Y'all think it's got something to do with the lawsuits?
Yes, he's being extorted.
Oh yeah.
But, bro, they already had an article with screenshots of how he's being extorted by his minority, owners. Like they got screenshots of this shit.
Hey, I will say
these are completely left field things that are happening.
All right, yeah,
out of left field.
Can I say this?
Jeff Bezos. Did y'all see Jeff Bezos was
go ahead, Al.
For purchasing the football team?
He's not purchasing shit because the majority of the team is not for sale. I don't know why people can't read past that shit.
Go ahead, Al.
All right, so this isn't even just the Washington Redskins. This isn't. I mean, the Washington football team, or the Washington Wizards, or any of the professional cheerleading squads, right? This is professional cheerleaders, period. And this is no knock on them at all. But what purpose do they serve other than being a glorified dance squad as it is? Like, granted, don't get me wrong, the cheerleaders in college, and we can talk about the HBCU cheerleaders. Because we know at some predominantly white universities that the cheerleaders are a glorified dance squad. They don't necessarily get the crowd hype. They don't really do cheers. They do dance routines. But at HBCUs, don't get me wrong, they actually do cheers and they actually do get the crowd hype. And they do, not necessarily get the crowd hype. The crowd gets hype on their own, but they actually go into the crowd, throw things in the crowd, and actually do cheers. Whereas opposed to the actual professional football teams, they are glorified dance squads. They don't even do cheers. Am I making any sense?
You saying it's not?
I'm just saying, what's the point of cheerleaders and what's the point of professional cheerleaders in general? This isn't because they aren't cheerleaders. They're a glorified
it's not a competition. They're not competitive cheerleaders. They're like palms or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had the same routines, just about all the same routines, the same dances. But literally growing up, don't get me wrong, all the cheer competitions, those not necessarily. I'm not saying that the cheer competitions are still lit, but the cheer competitions But the cheer competitions between like rival schools and literally the jump circles and all the shit that the cheerleaders actually had to do, the shit is gone away, and now it's just the routines that they do on the sideline. Whereas though it's rock, wave, dance, same routine. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, I've been to a couple of cheerleading competitions.
Me too.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of them joints. Fights some broke out afterwards.
and the parents of them Joes be live.
It's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. I guess what's the progression? The progression from cheerleading when we were kids, or not saying I cheered or whatever, but the cheerleading competitions from now to when the pro level, why is it such a difference? But whatever, fuck. I don't know. That was just my thought. When I saw the report come out, I was just like, dog, what's the point of? I really don't understand the point of some professional cheerleading squads when they actually don't do any cheerleading.
I cannot find them damn text now.
No, you're making a good point.
They ain't had the hot boys.
I think it's mainly because like you saying, in college and high school it's competitive, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have a professional competitive women's league. And then obviously if they the cheerleaders or the Redskins or whatever, you can't be the Washington Redskins. It's not it's all right, the Alabama cheerleading team represents the school, but we talking about an actual football organization. You know what I'm saying? That's two different things. So you can't have competitive cheerleaders that work for an organization rather than somebody who represents a school that also has a soccer team, that also has a baseball team, also has a tennis squad. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the main reason why it stops that at the pros. And plus, I think even just in general to the eye, it's football is such a masculine game. So I think just to throw some pretty girls and shit with pom-pom, I feel it just balances out just a little bit. Just give y'all a little something, soften it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas is just You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's even kind of the same reason why the ring girl in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like in between the games, it's probably just to soften it up a little bit. You know, that's about it. So yeah,
I'm just glad the skin stepping out there. You know what I'm saying?
You said what?
I'm glad the skin stepping out there. And with the hot boys in the hot pants, in the hot red pants, Carl.
I ain't gonna lie. When I first read it, I was like, "Wait, what is?" I was like, "This ain't real."
Nah,
but then
Dan guy, he's trying to stay the owner. You know, he's not trying to lose.
But like, how do you think it's like pressure from the league itself? Because it can't be like from outside.
It's got to be.
I kind of feel like niggas didn't fuck with Dan Snyder. Like I don't think it was just like a Redskins fan. I think Dan Snyder's unliked in general. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure that behind the scenes, the other owners probably really fuck with that nigga like that anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Jerry fuck with him.
I mean, but him and Jerry kind of like the
about money.
Shit. Jerry kind of got like that little Lone Ranger vibe about him too and shit.
Jerry know he about money.
Like Jerry,
you don't hear Jerry talking about he about to have
like a real nigga to me,
here.
kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Jerry's like
he just move like when he want to move. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta respect that shit.
Mark my words, Jerry will have the last team with some hot boys out this town. The last team. The last team with some goddamn co-ed. If he couldn't have players.
Type in Cowboys.com. You're gonna see some funny shit. Type in Cowboys.com. You're gonna see some funny shit.
Man.
Why he ain't buy that domain? He must like funny shit.
I don't know. But if Jerry can have players near
Hey, no, I can't let you do that shit. Fuck that. Nope.
You
Fuck that. The same way. Nah, it's proprietary. Yeah. If somebody own that shit, like the same way they was, the same way they was holding y'all names hostages.
What do you mean?
The alleged nicknames that y'all was gonna go with before the season started. Mm-hmm. The person was holding that shit hostage. He bought them shits once they found out about him.
He was not letting that joint go.
If there's a name to be had, best believe we're going to get it. The thing is, we don't know what the name is going to be.
No, but it was a couple of names. That's what I'm saying. It was a couple of people. I mean, it was a couple of names that was in the works.
They know the name. Trust me.
Yeah. Right. They said they're going to come out.
They know the name.
Washington Hot Boys.
Yeah,
but they had.
You said the Washington Hot Boys. This nigga's stupid, man.
I'm gonna fuck with y'all all season. Let me see them step out there. I'm fucking with y'all all season.
What if pressure get put on Dan Snyder and he has to change the team's name to some shit like that? Culturally, what is it called? You know what I'm trying to say? Be more accepting, more inclusive.
I could not rock with that.
Boys, please.
I could not do the Hot Boys. The Washington Hot Boys.
Nah, niggas gonna definitely try to twist that shit and be like, no, Cash Money is not the same shit as Cash Money.
You already got. They
talk about cash. You know they talk about Lil Wayne, nigga.
Yeah, they talk about Lil Wayne, nigga. Come on.
That's what you gonna say. You talking about Lil Wayne? Nah, nigga. Yeah, the Hot Boys.
Boy.
This season about to be wild. It's about to be wild. We're gonna find out if DC gonna pick a name or not.
Nah, they already said they got a name. That's 2022.
Oh, 2022.
Yeah, so we're gonna,
so we gotta wait.
Yeah, rack up on this year's Washington football merchandise.
What's Vegas second best, Randall?
No, they already said it. The team made a statement.
What's the name?
They're not gonna reveal it yet.
You're gonna find out in 2022.
They're not taking the best of Vegas for the name up.
Oh, probably, yeah. I probably gotta look it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Man, they knew the name last year.
I got a hundo on the Hot Boys.
Yeah, all right. I'll take that.
Hey,
no way.
I wanted to talk about something or after we wrap this up real quick, but I think it's about that time anyway.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of overtime. Another great episode once again. You know what I'm saying? The guy that's here, 6 deep. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. That's
Ooh, I remind me about I want to talk about 6 Degrees of Separation next overtime.
That was a good movie.
All right.
I never saw it. I guess I gotta check that out.
Will Smith.
Yep.
But I'm saying they tell you to stay 6 feet away from people. You don't see the correlation. But let's close out.
Yeah. But check out this merch too, man. We definitely we got our Flight Room merch and our supporter merch. So definitely support the Flight Room TV.
Yes.
Like, subscribe to our channel, like our videos, comment. You know what I'm saying? Definitely looking for some interaction and give us some more topic suggestions in general. You know what I'm saying? We definitely like to interact with the fans. So if y'all give us some good topics, we definitely talk about that. And but other than that, peace. We holler at y'all.
Yes, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.